Okay, decided it was time for just to update. Um, anyway, I'm up here in Reading, where my storage is, or soon it was. I hope, hopefully by the end of the month. I had a storage sale. I should have remembered that it was going to bomb, but I didn't. And I've sold a few things, mostly things I didn't want to sell, like my surfboard. I had to do that because I have to have money to get back, and I have some other expenses, like the fucking hotel room. Last time I did this, I barely made enough money to pay for the hotel, so why I didn't learn my lessons beyond me. But anyway, um, um, sorry, yeah. The cognitive issues have been, I don't know, well, let's start with what I know for sure. The anxiety and panic disorder seems to be under better control. I mean, I came up here with no money, and usually when I have no money, I can't function. I get all panicky, but I guess I'm realizing I'm conditioning myself, and just, sorry, I'm really having trouble with words today. This is what insomnia does to me. This is 2 days, just 2 days of 6 hours instead of 8. I'm having significant trouble keeping track of my thoughts and coming up with words and things like that. It's called persistence, and it's one of the symptoms of the brain damage that I suffered, or of brain damage which I suffered. I'm sorry. I'm just, in a lot of ways things are going better. Emotionally, I'm doing okay. My confidence is up. I think it's because I'm gearing up to get the heck out. I mean, I'm getting ready, and I should be moving out of here. God, if everything goes well, by the end of the month, actually. But granted, that's 10 days away. I just don't see it happening. But I'm going to try. I'd like to be out here by the middle of next month. I'd like to be in my haul out location by middle of next month, to be honest. I think that's why I've been doing better, motivation-wise and whatnot. The other thing is I also haven't been doing any work on the boat in the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to get back Monday, and I'm going to bust ass, and ain't nobody in the world, ain't nothing in the world, except selling sailboats, stopping me from working on my sailboat. As far as I've needed money to get running gear. It's gear that allows me to control the sails and other rigging from the cockpit, from the pilot house, which I just completely forgot about that. So I've got a plan for it and run it, and the best way to do that ideally is to have a crew and go out there and sail the damn thing and see what I need, get a feel for it. But I think what I'll do for now is just rig up some basic gear, get out there and start sailing, hopefully in something else, and just see where it goes. One of my ideas is to buy this ferro cement boat that I can probably get for next to nothing, if not nothing, and get it back up to where I'm at by sailing it. It's a 50-footer, so it's smaller. It's 15 feet overall, smaller. But it has the same feeler. It's the same feel. It's a catch. It's sort of a pilot house, but it's rigged, so I would know what the rigging's like, and not to copy, but to understand the function of the rigging, so that I can set up my boat for what I need to set it up for. And then once I do that, then I can get running gear on my boat and probably even take some off this one. But anywho, so as far as the boat, I have to finish the tiller, obviously. I've got the armature in. I do have to spot paint the last minute wells that I did, because I did 2 frame members that come down, and I also cross braced from one, here's the frame. It's basically just 2 beams, and then what I did is I put cross bracing surrounding the tiller cylinder, the hydraulic cylinder, so that the opposite frame takes the force instead of this frame, and it puts in the corners. But I do plan on adding a second cylinder, and when I do, I will weld in the second the second pair of cross members. But in the meantime, I've got to fix the one cylinder. I've got to re-braze it together because I broke it when the cement pillow broke and went off at an angle, and yeah. So I've got to do that. I've got to clean up. I've got to check out my sail inventory and start running those up the mast, get those set up, start doing the rigging. I've got to get up the mast. I've still got to get down below, underneath. I'm still trying to get equipment to be able to do diving. Am I recording? Yeah, sorry. I just didn't see the recording icon in the mirror. So I got to dive on the keels, get the cables set up. I've still got to put lifeline up because I'm not going out to sea without lifeline netting because I don't want to lose my dog at sea, not by any means. So I've still got to figure that out. I've still got to figure out, well, I won't have to do it immediately, but I've still got to figure out a gangway, a swim step, things like that. I do want to also put together a inflatable portable barge that I can, or dock that I can carry on the boat and deploy to be able to more easily get Max to and from the dinghy and the boat. So I've got a lot of engineering to do, but I don't need to do any of those, any of the sea stuff, as far as the step and all that stuff until after I've hauled out and done repairs. Sorry, thoughts are wandering about potential disasters for haul out. I'm in a bad way. I'm just really tired. I'm sorry. One of my apologies to you for it. But the point of these videos is not transmission or communication of information. It's communication of a lot more. It's for you to get an idea of what things are like for me. And what it's like for me is even when I'm having good days, even when I'm doing much better cognitively, I still have major issues that inhibit my ability to function. I can't get my thoughts straight, and I wish I could communicate what that feels like. I'm trying so desperately to organize my thoughts, and I can't. I'm so easily distracted. It's painful. But you could have a good emotional exercise. I watched some movie on HBO. I hate doing that, but once in a while I do that because I know that that the movies are made with the intent to fuck with my emotions, and I let it happen because I need to be able to express emotions that I suppress otherwise. I don't know what I watched, but I bawled my eyes out here and there, and it felt good. It got a lot off my chest. I'm doing an experiment. Let me pause this. Okay. So, let's see, where was I? I'll probably be a lot more confused, but hopefully a little less frustrated. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm really hoping to get things done pretty quick. It would be really nice to get things done by the end of the month, but I'm really doubting it. I am still trying to find the private dock that I've heard about. I've actually seen and been to it, but I've heard that the bank foreclosed on the property. So, well, I think the thing to do is just go ahead and dock there. I'm actually going to get someone to do that. Kind of do a test for me. See if he gets kicked out. If he doesn't, fuck, man. Got us a dock. I'll dock 3 or 4 boats there. But, anyway, yeah, I got someone that's offered to climb the masts for me. He wants to. Does he want to be paid? He's begging me to let him climb my mast. Go for it. I gotta unstep him anyway, so all I'm gonna have him do is, or I'm going to unstep him anyway, so all I'm gonna have him do is run halyards and extra pulleys. I'm not even gonna bother with the safety line. I'll do that when I get to my haul out. I've got this brilliant idea for, well, yeah, look, it's a brilliant idea for my safety lines. So I'm going to hang a pulley on the side of the mast, or somewhere. I'm going to hang an extra pulley, an extra pulley, and keep a length of safety rope on it, and run a sheath up that hopefully encapsulates it at the pulley too. Or I'll sheath the pulley, and then have a sheath that runs up, and just kind of a sock that runs up over the safety line to protect it, so that when I do need to climb, I just zip that down. It'll be free, and just unlash it from the lash point on the mast, and climb it. And that allows me to use the halyards as safety. So I still have my 2 ropes, so I'm good. And then what I'll do is I'll run, actually a loop would be perfect. Then I can continuously rotate it, keep it from forming on the pulley, or worse, melting to it. So yeah, that's one of my ideas. That allows me, because I came up with the idea because I was looking at I was looking at a couple of ships, and a couple of them were sister ships to my own that have mast steps. And I mean, oh my God, the windage. Windage is stuff to catch the wind and make noise, and just catch the wind and act on the sailboat. I mean, these boats are highly capable of heavy weather sailing. To put all that windage on eliminates that. I mean, you want no sail when you're in a hurricane, for example, and windage, you're gonna get blown around like you've got a mainsail up with all that windage. So yeah, I'm getting sidetracked here, aren't I? But yeah, so this allows me to climb up the mast at any time, and seeing the mast steps was the inspiration, because I realized, oh yeah, those steps are there, which means you can climb those masts at any time in an emergency, whereas I would have to swap my halyard out for a climbing rope to be able to climb, although I actually could rig a system that would make it pretty quick to do that. But I won't. I'll still do this safety line, kept on the mast thing. Anyway. So there's the primary reason I medicate is because I have chronic severe insomnia. If I don't medicate, I don't get more than 3 hours of sleep. Period. And look at me on 6 hours. Imagine me on 3. You think I'm an asshole now? Oh. There's some people out there that know me on 3 hours of sleep. Again, lost in thought. Sorry if I like a tick. Oh, let's see. yeah, I'm looking forward to actually sailing. Hopefully getting rid of the Cal 24 soon. I'm just gonna dump the damn thing on Craigslist, whatever I get. $500 I'd be happy with. So glad to be rid of Phil too. God, jerk. But yeah, I think that might be how I regain my confidence, is dealing with conflict and just being forced to deal with it. And no, no, no. It's just learning. I don't know. I say that, you hear, please help me, I'm helpless. Fucking. $300 minutes. How long is that? It's 5 hours. YouTube just crashed my upload that was at 99%. Wow. Wow. I cut this on camera. Wow. I'm sorry, you just witnessed. I'll have to describe it if only for my own purposes. I obviously observed that YouTube erred out on the 5th hour of a 5-hour upload, and I am a thinking person. I see the consequences, and I see the consequences of the consequences, and the consequences of those consequences. Most people can do that at 4 levels. I can do it at 11, at least, no, 11 at least. And it's exponentially more complex each time. So it's not like 11 is 11 times more than 1. No, it's so it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 1, 28, 5, 12, 10, 24, 20, 48. So it's not 11 times more, it's 2,048, or 2,000-ish times more. What am I talking about? Oh, levels of, yeah. See, that's why brain damage is so difficult for me, because I had all this capability of seeing all this. It's all still there, but I don't know what to do with it anymore. Part of the process, I don't know what the part of the process. I could probably give you a metaphor using the office thing, but but yeah, part of the process is broken, as I regather the memory of what I was talking about. And I can't handle all the information anymore. I can't work with it. I still get all the answers, but like not always when I want them. That's why I do these videos, and especially when I do the ones on my phone, is because thoughts come to me, and want to be able to get them down before I forget them. I mean, I've literally saved the world 6 times and forgotten how. Maybe not. I may be exaggerating a little bit, but only a little bit. God. How come superheroes get sidekicks and I don't? I know why they need sidekicks. You know, it's not just for your benefit. Anyway, what I was saying, I just remembered, was that I have this capability of seeing everything. And I saw the... I just realized how much of a tangent I went off on. Anyway, I saw all the reasons, all the causes, all the consequences of this, and just got angry. And what happened was I transitioned to the angry personality. The good news is I'm not lying on the floor writing and screaming in pain. The bad news is I would be if I wasn't medicated. I think I have lockjaw. I'm going to take an antibiotics when I get home. I'm hoping that they'll treat it. I'll look up online and see if I can get a PDR to tell me which ones are effective, or find something in research somewhere, somehow. I'd be very grateful if I could find medical textbooks, especially if they're slightly out of date. I've kind of known for a while, but I don't know if it's lockjaw. It's very difficult to be confident in my diagnoses, I'm trying to think of the words. Sorry. Oh shit. I could probably see it. Oh shit. Ow. I'm not doing so well. I'm gonna send an email to someone and ask for assistance getting to a doctor. Sorry. No, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize. Anyway, what I got to record was my transitioning from into an angry personality, a framework of rules of interaction and based on memories, which is what personality is. That was centered in anger and resentment, and based on worst case scenarios of the consequences I discussed previously, or whatever the hell I was talking about. Um, um, but anyway, and then I got to see, then I got to record, document my fighting that and not doing it, not going into it, and that's a first conscious, successful effort, and I managed to document it, so I'm quite excited about that. Quite upset about also documenting the manifestation of this worsening condition with my shoulder that I have been neglecting to even acknowledge to myself. And again, like I said, right now I'm gonna ask for help. I'm getting better at this. Anyway, I wish people could see me for who I am instead of who they are. How about you? My brain works differently, vastly differently, and please don't be offended, but I use mine actively, constantly. You've even told me this. You think too much. No such thing. Absolutely, positively no such thing. You can never think too much. You can only ever think too little, and most of the time you do. Normally. You, I hate to say it, almost never think. You are trained to react emotionally instead of logically. That's by our propaganda television. Turn the damn thing off, please. I'm not recording anymore, am I? Yeah, probably haven't been for a few hours. Oh, I am. Well, I've got 2.5 minutes left. So yeah. I'm handling things better, but I still need help. Still need a crew. I'd mind a girlfriend or something. Or something. Not you. I was you. Okay. I was you. You see what happens when you get cut down a month after high school as a virgin and can't have sex. And don't find this out until you wait till that one special moment. Special moment wasn't a special girl. When you're 31 and find out you can't have normal sex, and you can't satisfy a woman. Think about it, buddy. You want to make fun of me still? And by the way, homosexuality is a natural reaction of many species in an overpopulation scenario. Look it up. I learned it. You should too. Because we're learning the hard way. There's too goddamn many of us. Excuse my language. There's too many of us. Stop having kids. That's all I ask. And stop being kids. No more children. No more children. Let's have a world of adults for a while. Let's all grow up together. And then once we've grown up and realize we can handle and prove to ourselves we can handle responsibility, then we'll start having kids again. By that time, the population will have dropped. You teach all you kids out there, all the ones that are still young enough to teach, you can teach them right. We can give them the gift of the future. That'd be my recording this. I'll go ahead and splice it together. I never got the opportunity to have kids. It's been hard. It's not because I couldn't have sex. It's because of my father. I escaped psychopathy. By the way, the reason I say that is because my father is a psychopath who was made into a psychopath because the pathology of psychopathy is witnessing in the learning stages a lack of empathy, a lack of understanding the emotional and other consequences of one's actions on another. When one is brought up in that situation, one fails to learn a necessary trait for human existence, for society itself, which is empathy. Empathy is the ability to sense others' emotions and to be able to sense their emotions from their own perspective, and to be able to actually sense everything about the person's perspective, put oneself in another's shoes. I escaped that because I saw my mother and my stepmother both in the master bedroom, the added-on master bedroom in the house. I don't remember my mom, what she looked like so much. Just a sense of a cage, just terrible dreamlike images. I was about 4 or 5, I think, maybe 6 years old. With my stepmother, I was much older. I was 9-ish, 10-ish, maybe later than that. And remember, I have to do this without emotion. I won't explain why. I remember clumps of hair removed. I remember black and blue bruises her eye. But anyway, those events spared me psychopathy, but I still witnessed, and though I know they are wrong, my mind was trained with that information. Not to act on it, but that it is the first reaction, and I have to make myself aware of it and fight it. And my father taught me how to lie, how to beat, how to be angry, and he trained me that those are the ways to be. And because of that, I didn't trust that I could fight it always, and didn't want a chance getting married, especially didn't want a chance having kids. In many ways, I'm glad I didn't. I wouldn't want him to suffer through this world. Ethically speaking, I'm depriving the human species of my genetic contribution. But then again, my genetic contribution is minor compared to the environmental contributions that brought me to where I am. So that's inconsequential, so it doesn't matter that I don't have kids. It's an emotional thing. It's a development issue as well. If I'd have had kids, I would know how to be a better parent to those who are relatively children to me, or children to me relatively speaking. But had I had kids, I would have never come to a point where that would be possible. So it's called a dilemma. I'm still obsessed with it. Anyway, sorry for the length of the update. I'll have to upload it when I get back. I gotta fix up the cowl, try and paint it, but otherwise I'll just sell it as is. Get some paint for the other one, make sure it's repairable. It's got a soft spot indentation from the trailer, so I'm gonna check that out. See, it should just pop out. I hope. Otherwise, it's an easy repair. Just Bondo and fiberglass and gel coat. I'll get it fixed up. I've got someone interested in the trailer already. Try for $3 grand on the trailer, but I'll settle for 15 easy. Get that going. Then get that boat soulish. I might be able to get as much as $3 grand for the boat. I'd have to buy sails and invest some money into it, but I could. Figure bottom paint. Try and do cushions, but otherwise just paint some racing sail. We gotta get a sail inventory. For sure. There's so much to do. I wish I could help right now. I'm starting to realize that not very many of you out there are capable. In the greater scheme of things. Ouch. What the hell did I do to my knee? Slightly swollen. Anyway, it's a very long update. I think I'll go to sleep.